An amazing Monday morning. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. It's Fabio and welcome back to another daily market outlook. Guys, before we dive in, make sure to join Discord, link in the description down below. Free analysis and live trading sessions will be hosted over there. And with that said, let's just dive into euro dollar for the day ahead. Mind my voice, I'm a little bit sick today, but we'll do our best. So EURUSD has been pushing up higher and higher, and I expect the rest of the day pretty much to proceed like this until we pretty much come in towards this, let's say, extreme area of supply. Now, this is not a fresh area of supply here on the 4 hour. We have already tapped into it if we draw it from wick to wick. So as we can see, the first time that we closed outside, we pretty much straight away came back and then sold off. Again, here we came back in, despite us refining it to this new area of supply over here. However, we never got any bearish confirmation inside here because we can see that the overall 4 hour momentum has just continued up higher and higher. So now the 4 hour order flow has shifted, guys, and this is your area of demand, which we're currently shooting out of. So I expect the market to continue at least again in towards this area of 4 hour supply, potentially slow down inside of there, and then let's see what happens once we start pulling back in towards that 4 hour demand. Are we then gonna, let's say, just continue with the order flow up higher, or are we then gonna break it and push down lower? And is that overall 4 hour bearish trend then strong enough to finally, let's say, increase or create the next leg down on Euro USD? So that's what I'm looking at on the 4 hour. The daily is not looking too good, in the sense that we would like to have seen already the bearish pressure come in after this, let's say, hammer candle or whatever you want to call it. You can pretty much see that we already saw some rejection inside of this candle, but we've already broken the high of that candle. So it is looking like Euro USD wants to push up higher, but I'll just be following the overall order flow because that is my main way of analyzing the markets. What I want to do is I want to understand, okay, this demand zone is in control. As long as this demand zone is in control, I expect further upside. It is as simple as that. So I'm not looking for any shorts at the moment. Potentially when we come into here, what I'll be waiting for is to see, okay, can the market from here cause a bearish reaction and then push the market down lower? Then I'll be interested in a short once we break the low over here. Otherwise, I am just interested in further upside on Euro USD. So this morning I did share a long trade with the TTA family. So we are already inside a long. If you want to join, make sure to join Discord because I'm going to be throwing the applications open. So we're in a long from pretty much over here. So as you can see, it is already running nicely. So let's see if the market is ready to push and continue its upside momentum in towards that supply zone. And then once we reach there, we'll see what is going to be happening next. As you can see, the 15-minute time frame, very simple, guys. Just following the overall trend. Here we have another break of structure. This is currently your swing low, and somewhere over here we have a swing high. This is now your demand zone in control, so still expecting further upside on Euro USD. So no bearish indications yet. Again, last week as well, there was no bearish indication or no bearish confirmation. What I was waiting for were potential shorts inside here. As we can see, we were slowing down when we came inside of this area of supply. But then again, what happened is that we only saw literally one kind of like liquidity grab underneath the low, which has fueled this entire move up. It was also late in the day on Friday at 10 o'clock my time, Central Eastern time. So no shorts at all were possible. So yep, that is Euro USD for you. Moving onwards and upwards into the dollar. So the dollar has been pushing down lower and expecting it to still push down lower. So this area of demand over here, this sell before the buy candle here on the daily, and I understand it might be just quite a few zones, but this sell before the buy candle over here is your daily area of demand. So as we can see, the first time that we tapped into it, we saw pretty strong bullish reaction. Now we're coming in it again. If the area of demand was really that strong, it should have already broken this area of supply and pushed the market up higher in towards and with this supply zone, I mean this supply zone, right? So we stalled inside this one over here and we didn't move in towards this one. Therefore, I would not be surprised if we now sweep the lows and then maybe start reversing up higher. But yeah, it is not looking too good demand-wise for now on the dollar. Therefore, also extra confluences for Euro USD longs, for example. Now, moving on into AUDUSD, what are we seeing there? So AUDUSD push down in towards daily demand. So as you guys know, AUDUSD is still, let's just say, bearish, okay? In the sense that we have got bearish fractal structure. So we got this low break over here, indicating to me that this is supply. So that's why we also saw the initial reaction. The upper blue line is your, let's say, high. The lower blue line is your low. So we're currently inside supply. So it would be a potential good short, right? So there was a potential short last week. As we can see, what happened, the market pushed down in line with this trend. So the trend was bearish, with this being your high, this being your low. The market comes into supply and then it sells off into where? Into demand. Then from demand, what do we do? We push back up again. So at the moment, the order flow is still bullish. Once again, guys, it's very similar to what's happening on EURUSD. I explained this also on Friday, I think, on Aussie dollar. The overall order flow is just bullish. As we can see, the sell for the buy is in control. We tap in and we move back out again. So expecting the market to just continue up higher as long as the order flow remains this way, bullish. So yeah, what's next is that we're likely going to break this high and then just continue up higher until the overall order flow is broken. So what I would like to see is maybe a strong candle close. This is confirmed demand. Then do we continue up higher, or do we then break the low and then look for a short? That is what I would be waiting for shorts. Until then, I would only be interested in longs, okay? So going into pound dollar GBPUSD here on the daily. Again, we have daily supply. We've reacted to it already the first time with this bearish candle over here, with this wick. We saw a push down lower, but again, no real follow through. So what happened is that we reacted to the entire sell over here before the buy in towards the upside. And this is why I love utilizing order flow in our analysis, because the entire sell before the buy, that is actually your demand. Obviously, we refine these zones to, for example, individual candlesticks like this one over here. But then, so what you see sometimes is that the market is so extremely bullish that we don't even pull back all the way this deep. So what then happens is that we just react to the overall sell before the buy. So the non-refined zone. So therefore, what I'm now interested in is to see, okay, we're inside, let's say, we're seeing bullish momentum now. We're inside this high and this low. So we're still bearish, right, on fractal structure. So we're bullish once confirmed that we see that shift in daily order flow. But if we look at the 4 hour already, for example, why did we short over here? Well, once again, what you're just seeing is order flow at work. So what happened is that this is your high, this is your low. This then is your buy before the sell. Do we react? Well, only down below over here pretty much. Then what happens? We shoot up, we pull back, and then we shoot up again. So this is now your demand zone, which is in control, the sell before the buy. So then again, all you simply have to do is wait for order flow to shift in your favor. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be identifying this as my demand zone over here. And then what I'll do is I'll just wait for that demand zone to get broken. And only then will I be interested in any potential shorts. So that would validate this supply zone, because at the moment this supply zone is not validated yet, in the sense that it doesn't work. So what I'll wait for is a breakdown, then retest, and then I'll look for a short. So pretty similar on all these dollar pairs. That is what I'm waiting for. For the rest, if I go back into the daily obviously is still bullish, in the sense that we still have this low, we have this high. There is still liquidity above this high over here. So yeah, GBPUSD still bullish. I would not be shorting this at the moment. I am favoring longs at the moment. So I'm just following this sell for the buy, and I'll continue to do so until the overall order flow shifts. Only then will I be interested in a short. As simple as that. Not focusing too much on structure here, just because GBPUSD is on the daily structure bullish, and the daily is of course stronger than the 4 hour structure. So going into NZDUSD, and this is a nice one, guys. I'm looking for further longs on this pair. I already explained in Friday's live session. You can watch it back. The daily here had a fractal bullish structure shift, looking for further upside. You could have already gone long on the daily demand zone, or even on the refined 4 hour demand zone. So again, what happened is that instead of coming back down in towards this demand zone, we liquidated the low over here and then saw a change of character. So a bullish change of character. We saw the push down, the pullback, push down, boom, 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 like this. And now we're continuing up higher from the demand zone, which is then created. So now going into the 4 hour time frame, what you can then see is that we perfectly come back in towards that 4 hour demand zone, the 4 hour order flow, and from there we're now continuing up higher. So expecting the market to continue up higher on NZDUSD. Overall, the trend was bearish in towards the downside, but then flipped after breaking structure here pretty much, then retested demand and now pushing up higher. So yeah, expecting this demand zone to be hit, or supply zone, excuse me, to be hit next on NZDUSD. Yeah, looking at the 1 hour time frame now would potentially be interesting to get into some longs very, very soon. After breaking this high, what I would do is I would wait excuse me, I'm now having a problem removing that level or that zone. What I would now wait for is to break this high and then pretty much just buy on the retest of this supply zone, or excuse me, demand zone. So that's what I would wait for on NZDUSD. But obviously, if you look at the 4 hour, you could have already been in, you could have already been in good profit, close to what would it be, around 0.76%. So moving on into gold, last of all, gold is, I think, the most least interesting one. Because at the moment, what we're waiting at, or what we're looking at, is that, okay, the daily is at all-time high. So now when do you get the pullback? Well, obviously there's no supply zone to look at, but then we use the second way to identify a pullback, and that is a change of character. So at the moment, this is a change of character high. This is the demand zone, which is in control. So we should just continue up higher from there. If we break it, I'll wait for a double break, and then I'll look for sells on that second retest of that supply zone, okay? So that is what I would do on gold, as simple as that. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you inside Discord.